Byral, the god in the sky, made all the people. But after he made the people, Byral realised that the people had no lands. So Byral sent a messenger, Yendingi, to solve the problem and create lands for the people. Yendingi came down from the sky and set to work to make the sea and then the land. When Yendingi arrived at what is now known as Hervey Bay, he had a helper, the beautiful white spirit called Princess Gurry.
Driving on the tracks, so much more. Come along with all things outdoors.
Gurry was a great helper and helped Yendingi make the seashores, the mountain ranges and the lakes and the rivers. Princess Gurry enjoyed her work very much and worked tirelessly to create all this natural beauty. One day Yendingi was concerned and said to her, "Gurry, you better rest, otherwise you will be too tired to continue our work. There are some rocks over there in the sea. Why don't you go and lie down and have a sleep?" G'day folks, welcome back to another edition of All Things Outdoors. Today's a bit of a special one for us. As you know, we've been on our North Queensland trip with the kids in the caravan, but Louise and I are returning to a very special place for us. Today we're going over to Fraser Island in the four-wheel drive to do some beach driving and driving on the sand tracks of that island because it is the world's largest sand island. We're going to be visiting things like the Maheno Shipwreck, Eli Creek, and we're also going to go to the very special Lake Mackenzie and have a swim. It is the most beautiful lake you've ever seen. It's like swimming in a swimming pool. So let's get right to it and get on that ferry behind us. Well, I reckon if you come stand over here, it'll be warm because we have a window. We are on Fraser Island. Alright, now we're just going to pull over here in a good spot and let our tyres down. Right, I've dropped the tyre pressures down to 25 psi to start with. That should do us pretty well. I can drop them down lower if we need to. Anyway, let's get going. Right now.
Can't go fast in the sand. We can drive 30 km an hour on the sand.
That's right. Just got to take it easy because there'll be other people coming the other way. We don't want to crash into them. Here we have landed on Fraser Island. We're starting to tackle the sand tracks. We're starting off at 25 psi on the tyre pressure. And we'll see how that goes. Oh, you can feel it already. Yep, we're driving in sand, Tom. So Dave's got to get used to it again, eh? So this time of year the sand should be fairly firm because it's not exactly hot. When it gets hot the sand gets quite soft and you can get bogged down, but feels alright so far. It's a beautiful bit of forest. Isn't it gorgeous? Canyon? This is what they used to come and cut down these trees, mate. They used to do logging on this island. It is a big island. Do you know it's the biggest sand island in the world? Because this island's made out of sand. We aren't ready to go through the dingo fence now, Tommy. See this bit here, Tom? This to stop the dingoes from coming into the town. Have this little funny little catted grid and the fence and the little tripwires. They're out and about exploring, mate. Just chill out. Do you need to go to the toilet, Tommy? No? Okay. Just arrived at Eurong, which is on the far side of the island. It's 75 Mile Beach. It's taken us about 45 minutes to drive over the island. So what we're going to do now is jump out onto 75 Mile Beach and blast north while the tide is low, so we can go over and see the Maheno Wreck and also Eli Creek, which is just up the beach from here. Ready? We're on the beach. Mate, how good's this?
There's a caution aircraft landing sign.
Oh, cool. Might see an aircraft come down. We're on an airstrip now, Tom. See the cones? That's where the airplanes land. So we're currently on 75 Mile Beach. We've just left Eurong and we're blasting north. We're going to go straight to the Maheno now and have a good look at that. And then we'll start making our way back south to Eli Creek. If you've got time, we might even go and see the coloured sands as well. So there's plenty to see on this beach. And it's like an absolute freeway today. There's cars everywhere.
It's really busy. I didn't remember it being this busy last time. I think that maybe it probably was.
Yeah. Might have to drive through the water in a minute.
Why?
See, look how far the water's coming up to the rocks. There we go, we've got to judge the waves. Last time we had to, wait for the waves. Remember that?
Yeah.
We might have to go to the top track on the way back though. Ready? The waves are coming right up to us, Tom. Ready? Oh, look out! Oh, they got us. They got us. Where are we now, Dale? Gidney Rocks?
Gidney Rocks.
So we've got to wait for the waves, Tommy, for our chance to go through. I reckon we can go now.
Caravan, my God.
Yeah. So we've just arrived at the wreck of the Maheno ship. Here comes a helicopter.
Okay, walking.
So we've just arrived at the wreck of the Maheno. This was a merchant ship that ran aground here when it was being towed, I believe, back in the 30s or 40s. And it's been here ever since, sitting here decaying, getting all rusty, but it is one of the major attractions here on Fraser Island. I'll take you up to touch it in a minute. Okay, you go up and touch it.
Go. Touch it.
What does it feel like, Tom?
It's made out of wood, I guess. There goes a speed bus! Look how fast those things are!
Yep. Okay. Come up here, Tommy.
There's a dad.
Just so foreign to see this massive rusting hulk just sitting out here in the middle of nowhere on the beach. It's unreal.
World by wire at Pinkenbar radio station at the height of an unseasonable winter cyclone. Send immediate assistance. Tow line to Maheno, parted in bad weather. Tow ship Una had lost its haul 50 miles off the coast. Drifting overnight in rough seas, Maheno found land here, where the ship lies now, tired and broken. Unable to be refloated and with no buyers, Maheno was abandoned for the second time due to forces of time and sea.
So you mean that shipwreck over there
Yeah,
is a hospital wreck?
it was a hospital ship after
right.
it was a luxury liner.
The Maheno served as a hospital ship during the First World War and served at Gallipoli, where my great-grandfather served. Tommy, did you know my great-grandfather, your great-great-great-grandfather, served in the First World War at Gallipoli?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. There's a bit of a family connection to the Maheno. Served in Gallipoli like my great-grandfather. It's nice to know. Lucky he didn't need to use its services as a hospital ship, so cool bit of history. Anyway, we're probably going to head back to Eli Creek now and go and check it out. Alright, well that was the Maheno. Let's head back to Eli Creek.
Yeah. Dad, can we not stop in the water really quick?
No, we won't stop in the water, mate.
Park up.
We're going to park up there and we're going to go up and explore it. Oh, I reckon it might be taking off soon, Tommy. Tom, car coming. Over here. Over here. It's pretty cool. You can also charter a flight and go for a fly along the beach and have a look at all the sights on Fraser Island too. And it takes off right on the sand. You literally got to drive down the airstrip and avoid the aircraft while you're doing so. So pretty cool. There he goes. Oh, it's a bit cold, mate. We'll go dip our toes in though.
How can you walk down there?
I'll show you in a minute. We'll go to the toilet first and then I'll show you how you do it. Right, we're going to go for a walk up Eli Creek now and check it out because it is like a lazy river that you would see at a water park. It's just absolutely pristine and beautiful water, obviously coming out of a sand island. Nice filtered water and it's so crystal clear. We'll go and check that out. Oh, there's Mummy. See the beautiful creek that goes up in there?
I don't want to put my uncle on. Mommy and Lippy just walked under it just then. Through the water.
I want to do that.
Yeah, well, let's go.
Let's wait for Mum and Luke to go in first.
Watch that stick there. Tell Mum you just clean yourself up.
Okay, I've got you. No, leave that stick there. Alright, let's keep walking.
Gotta go underneath the...
You follow Mummy. We're going to go and make lunch now further down the beach, okay? Eli Creek. We're going to go back to Eurong and have some lunch. Then we're going to head inland back to Lake Mackenzie.
Yeah!
Look at this guy, he's doing wheelies. Should we drive past the plane? Let's fang it down the airstrip then, shall we? The plane's coming. No, it landed, Bubba.
What do you want?
So Princess Gurry lay down on the rocks and had a long and deep sleep. When she awoke, she said, "Yendingi, I think this is the most beautiful place we have ever created. Please, Yendingi, may I stay here forever?" "Oh no, Gurry, I cannot allow that. You are a spirit, and you belong here with me." But Gurry pleaded with him, "Please, please, Yendingi, I could still look up at the sky and see what you are doing. I would love to stay here." Hey, good, thanks. How are you?
Really well, mate. Just doing a quick round of breath test. Any alcohol today?
No.
Alright, mate. Can you just breathe through that mouthpiece for me? I'll tell you to stop. Stop. You ready? Thanks, mate.
Thank you. No worries. Cheers. See you later.
What did I just do?
Have me a breatho.
Find a little picnic spot.
Picnic spot.
That's got to choose the path carefully.
Some rocks here to go through.
Driving dog.
Yeah, just got to carry momentum. Not squirt it too hard, otherwise you'll go down. Oh, the sand's not too hot either, that helps. Cross the dingo ramps again. Right, we've just had some lunch at Eurong. Now we're going to head back over to Lake Mackenzie up the top and hopefully spend a good bit of time there and maybe even have a swim, because that's the direction we're headed back to the jetty where we catch the boat back over to the mainland.
Hey,
After an hour and a bit arduous forward driving, we made it to Lake Mackenzie. Look at this place. You'd be hard pressed thinking that this was a lake and not a beautiful beach somewhere in the Bahamas or something. Look at the sand, it's beautiful white sand and that clear turquoise water out there. Absolutely magic place. And apparently the water's not too bad either for this time of year, so let's go and have a look. Well, this is just proof that I did dive in. It was actually kind of nice once you get in, but a little bit chilly out in the wind. Everyone's starting to clear out now. So well, we won't be here too much longer and then we'll get back to the barge. Well, I think the lakes on Fraser Island are called perch lakes, so they're bodies of fresh water that sit up in on top of sand. So this is the penultimate example of a perch lake. Bye bye Lake Mackenzie, it's nice to see you again. Did you enjoy it, Luke?
Mackenzie's the fun.
Well, that's about the last thing that we're going to look at on Fraser Island, so there's nothing more to do now than to head back to Wangulba Creek to get on the barge and head back to Harvey Bay. Finally, Yendingi agreed. You may stay here, but you cannot stay in spirit form. I will need to change you. So he changed her into a beautiful island. So she wouldn't be lonely, he then made some beautiful trees and flowers, and some lakes that were specially mirrored so that she could see into the sky. He made creeks and laughing waters that would become her voice, and birds and animals and people to keep her company. He gave these people knowledge and laws, and told them what to do and how to procreate, so that their children and ancestors would always be there to keep Gurry company. We finished at Lake Mackenzie. All that we've got to do now is drive down to the ferry at Wangulba Creek and jump on and go home. Yeah, the big boat. Ready for another African massage? Get the quackers going. Because we're using the descent control to go down this steep slope. Just helps lower us down nice and easy.
Didn't like that.
No. Oh!
Oh, there is one.
Look what that is.
Look. Can you see it? Tell me on your side.
Last time I was on Fraser Island, we were here for a week and did not see one single dingo. And today, literally 2 minutes before we get to the ferry, there is a dingo just sitting on the track and couldn't give two hoots about us.
Pretty bloody awesome.
Kept off a beautiful day. Get to see a wild dingo on Fraser Island. Fantastic.
Yeah, maybe.
There you go, look at the glistening sun on the water. Right, I've got plenty of time before the barge gets here to get the tyres aired back up again, because then when we get on the other side we can just book it straight back to our caravan. Well folks, I can see our ferry coming over to pick us up way out in the distance there, so it should be here in about 15 or 20 minutes. But I might take this opportunity to sign off and say what an unreal, magical, fantastic day I've had with the family here on Fraser Island. We got to blast up the 75 Mile Beach on the sand, up to the Maheno Wreck. We got to go and see Eli Creek. We got to drive on those magnificent but sometimes sketchy sandy inland tracks. And then go and see Lake Mackenzie, which is always stunning whenever you see it. Those beautiful white sands, the beautiful turquoise clear waters, are just amazing, and it fills your soul. And then to cap it all off, to see a dingo of all things. I was here for 7 days last time I visited and didn't see one single dingo, and I come for 1 day, and 2 seconds before I get to the barge to leave, there is a dingo standing right on the road and couldn't give two hoots about us. So it was amazing to go right up to it and literally smell the thing. It smelled really terrible, but he did not care about us whatsoever. So absolutely magical day. And I've just talked to the kids and they said they had an absolute ball here, and which is difficult because at times they've not liked the things that we've done on this holiday and wanted to go home. So for them to say that means it must have been a good day. So anyway, I'll take this opportunity to sign off, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along on this special journey with us, and living the highs and lows with us as well. So thanks, guys. Catch you in the next one. And Gary is still there today, looking up at the sky in one of the most truly beautiful places on earth. She is very happy in and as paradise.